Out of this space, a dark come in. We have this space for you in the back. We have all of these. That's what we went to the young lady. Dinner party. Went to just doing a cute day. You know, were you already recording? No.
That's what B-roll is.
Okay. Okay, what's it? I didn't get an action or nothing.
No action.
I'm about to say, they was talking, is it without words?
Oh.
But they were talking.
Okay.
Okay, so without, I'm saying, should I say, my question is it without words? You know I need some, because people were talking in the back.
I was hearing.
No,
we didn't know where we were.
But I didn't know if he didn't even say nothing. That's really for him.
Just
Shade is intended for him.
Okay.
This is the art of.
Hello.
Hi. How are
Hi,
you,
Tish.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here at Style For You Boutique. We're here in Owings Mills, Maryland, and I would really love you to show me around your place.
Absolutely. Again, thank you so much for coming to 9189 Ricerstown Road. All right, so welcome to Style For You Boutique. So here we try to curate different collections for women age 40 and above, but you know, sometimes we have outliers that are in their 30s or above that are our target audience. And we survey our clients to see what they're looking for, and most times they like casual outfits that will look really great when they're running errands. They like to look cute when they're going out to events, you know, like girls' night out, brunch, date night, things like that. So we have a combination of casual wear to very formal wear.
All right.
And we do sizes small to 3X. So we consider all curves.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a curvy queen myself. So I appreciate that. So, okay, let's say a customer comes in here. Oh my God, Tish, I have a date. He's so fine. Please help me find an outfit to wear. What is your process when a client comes in and they're looking for they're going to a specific event?
Okay, so that would be my first question is where are you going?
Okay.
Do you have a colors in mind? Something that, you know, sometimes people try to stay away from certain colors. So that's my first question. What color are you looking for? You know, what's your vibe you're going for? You want to be dressy? You want to be casual? So I just ask a series of questions to kind of get, you know, a feel for what they're looking for. And then we'll start to pull different looks for them, and we'll prepare a dressing room and let them start trying on some things.
So you guys are really working as like stylists here.
Yes.
So I see that.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that you get kind of like you get a one-on-one experience.
You do.
As opposed if you go into a mall, you know what I mean, and you're shopping yourself. Having a person here to help you and support you through the process, especially when you have no clue what you want to wear, is very helpful because I'm an indecisive queen.
And some of our clients are the same way. They're the same way. Sometimes they try on several things and they really like, you know, sometimes they'll walk away with everything they try on, and then sometimes they'll just get one outfit. But we really love, like I said, that personal experience when they try on the clothes. I love to see how they'll try it on and they're like, oh, you know. And then sometimes we'll pull things that they thought that wouldn't look good on them, but they'll try it on. We're like, just trust us, just trust us. They'll try it on and look great in it, and you can just see the excitement on it when they try it on, and we love that.
I love that. All right, well, how about you show me a few more pieces? I mean, I see some amazing and very unique pieces here.
Yes.
Maybe show me a few of your favorite pieces here.
My favorite classic camo. Camo will
I love
never
and
go
these
out of
are
style.
different. So one, I love the material.
Yes, this is a really nice.
And these are jogger style. The pockets,
they are.
super cute.
And you have the bottom. You could give it different
So
looks.
you styled this with a t-shirt. Who's responsible for like the styling of the mannequins and things like that?
So this is a multi-generational business. So I have my mother and my daughter. So my youngest daughter, Nija, she does the merchandising.
Love that.
She comes in at least once a week and does the merchandising in the store. And when we initially get our new inventory, she does mood boards so that if something sells out, like if we have to take something off the mannequin, we have a guide that we go by to replace the mannequins.
So you said this is a 3-generation business. So of course you have your mom here.
Yes.
What role does your mom play here?
My mom is our inventory specialist, which means she keeps an accurate count of inventory.
Okay.
She's also one of our lead salespersons, and people love her. They're like, oh my God, your mom this, your mom that. But yeah, she provides great customer service.
Wonderful.
So those are her main roles.
All right, and you have 3 daughters.
So my middle daughter, Keontae, she is my administrative assistant. She helps keep the book books in order,
Very important.
appointments,
Very
emails,
important.
things like that. And make sure that I'm adhering to budgets.
Love that.
Because, sometimes I can be an emotional shopper for the business, just like,
course.
you are for your
course.
real life. So she keeps us in order. My oldest daughter, Janice, she helps with inventory selections.
Love that.
Yeah,
so you guys all work together. Now, I know you heard the quote, people say, do not mix business with family, but you have done the exact opposite, especially with 3 generations. So how is it working with your mom and your daughters? How do you feel like it's beneficial to your business?
It has been beneficial because we all know each other and we kind of vibe off of one another, but there are pros and cons. It didn't start off like that. It was a process. It has been a process. Again, working with family, sometimes that role distinction, separation of roles from mother-daughter to employer-employee. So, been a process, but we work past it, and it just works.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So I'm looking at a few more of these pieces. Let's look around a little bit more.
Yes,
I want to really see and feel this space. This jogger set, it's super cute. I know it's winter right now.
So soft.
It's so soft.
It's called Soft Life. So
Soft Life.
Yeah, so
I can
this
imagine
collection, so we do
I'm cute.
collections, and every collection has a name. This is our Soft Life Society collection.
Okay.
So, and that's what we kind of, like I said, we survey our clients to see what they're looking for. So a lot of people we need sets, we want something that's comfortable, we can look cute, women running to the store, things like that. So we kept that in mind when we were making inventory selections.
Oh, I love
So this is super soft.
I love
Just makes you want to
It
just rub
definitely
the material.
gives soft life. Like I
Yeah.
can imagine running errands in this. I'm super cute. The gold
Yeah.
details, so cute.
You can dress it up with
Or
some
down.
heels, or you can just put on a pair of sneakers. So
I love that. I love the versatility of it. Let's check out a few more pieces here.
Yes.
I want to get to know the space. The jeans are super cute. I saw these on your Instagram.
Yes,
I saw these on your Instagram.
Yeah, these are super hot and fun, very stretchy. We will always carry some type of denim, and our denim, we're known for having very stretchy denim. Because again, the curvy girls, we always keep that in mind. So whenever we're selecting items, we want to make sure that it has great stretch. So yeah, jeans are like a staple item.
Let's say you have
So fun.
accessories and shoes.
Yes.
You got your hats up here.
Yes, and
So
that's
they
a
can come in
custom
full-
hat.
Oh, that's a custom hat.
Yes.
Okay, that one. Okay.
Yes.
So I can see people can come here and get the whole thing.
The whole thing. We have a makeup artist by appointment. So
Really?
our thought was we want a woman to be able to come in and have an event that she has to go to within an hour, to be able to come in and just get full outfit, makeup, touch up on her hair, and just walk out the door and
So
go straight to
a
her
makeover.
event. A makeover.
A makeover,
A
essentially.
makeover,
They
yes.
can come in here looking drab and walk out looking
and walk
fab.
out looking fab.
And walk out looking
Exactly,
fab.
Yes, and our
I
motto
love
is
that.
you get styled, you get noticed.
I love that. And I can really, I can just see that. I mean, coming in, I have a dinner, I just got invited to a date, and please get me the gift,
And
Tish.
I'm like, okay, no problem.
We got you.
We got you. We got you. Yep, we got you.
I love that. I love that. And everything is here.
Everything is here.
We'll take care of you.
We got you.
All right, so we are here at Style For You Boutique. We are here in Owings Mills, Maryland. So I have got to see your space. You told me about what customers can expect when they come in, how you give a unique shopping experience. I'm very impressed with what I see here, and I see some things I like. You have
that's
some
what
very
we
cute
like.
items, Tish.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is an amazing space, and I see that it is very unique as far as even the decorations, the inventory, everything. It just is set up very well for a unique shopping experience. How long have you been in this space?
5 years.
5 years.
September 7th.
Wow.
Yep.
And how did you decide on this particular location?
Well, it was kind of by happenstance. We actually started online first.
Okay.
So 6 years in business. Online, Black Friday was our first release online. Then I did a Columbia location, but it was within a suite. And so not a lot of foot traffic, didn't work very well, so found out quickly that we needed to pivot and find a new location.
Gotcha.
So I had a family member who owns a business on the front side of this mall who told me about some vacancies here.
Okay, so you said you were online before. So how long did you maintain this online business before you transitioned to
It was
brick and
very
mortar?
brief, actually. Just a few months, about 3 months. We had,
really?
We had a successful launch.
Okay.
And decided, you know what? Let's just go out there, just do a brick and mortar.
Was it a certain amount you feel like you needed to make before you felt like you were ready? Or was it just you believed in yourself and you like, you know?
Bet on myself.
And
just
you went around.
bet on black.
And bet on black.
I did, yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
All of my daughters and my mom are a part of the business, but the initial launch, my youngest daughter and myself, we were like, we need a building. We need a space. We like to decorate. We was like, we want to just, fix it up. So we were like, we got to find a spot.
And I can imagine having a bunch of inventory in your house. It can overtake your space quickly, especially if you're growing as you should be. So you're like, this needs a space, and you really curated a unique space because, as you were mentioning, you have space for makeup to get the whole makeover experience. I mean, that's not something you were able to provide online.
No.
So with the idea with it being a whole makeover experience, like whose idea was that? Like how did it grow? Because I'm sure you might have not imagined that when you first imagined. You just started with the clothing, of course.
Correct.
So how did that grow?
So it grew by customer need.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, they're coming for clothes, but it's an experience that I can provide.
And two of my daughters, my younger and my oldest daughters, they both are cosmetologists. They both they're both makeup artists. So they were doing it anyway. So then we decided to launch one of them launched their business here. And the other one, she helps out. She's like, I can't think of what I want to call it. Contractor. She's a makeup artist, but she comes in. She's not a full-time makeup artist.
Gotcha.
So she freelances? Is that what I want to say? Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right. So for the people who may be running an online business right now and maybe second guessing, taking that risk, I mean, what do you say to those people?
So I say you have to know yourself. You have to first trust yourself. You have to do your research. That's important. Location is important. I have had to navigate challenges. Even here, there's great foot traffic, but there's still, there are some barriers because we're on the backside of a popular mall, so we don't always get the same visibility. So you want to do your research in deciding that you want to do a brick and mortar. That's important as far as traffic. You want to make sure that you have a good business model. You have to think about having a team. There are a lot of things you want to consider. And I do offer mentorship for prospective boutique owners.
Well, I love that. I didn't see that on your Instagram, so that is good to know.
I've been doing it for a few young ladies who have online businesses. But I'm ready to open it to others.
So I would say when choosing this location, I mean, you've been here at this particular location for 5 years. So I would say that's pretty successful as far as longevity. And I'm wishing you many more years of business, of course.
Thank you.
So I would say, what's most important in choosing a location? Like, what do you feel like is the most important?
The most important is you want to think about accessibility. You want to think about visibility.
Okay, we talked about that.
Those would be the two primary things I would think about.
Okay.
And then you also want to consider the demographics of the area in terms of income, medium income, things like that are important.
All right. Yeah. So we're in this space, and again, we talked about how it's a 3-generation business with your mom and your daughter's working here, and I'm sure that's amazing because you all are working together on this. So what does a typical day-to-day look like here at Style For You? So
from a CEO perspective?
I said from your perspective.
From my perspective? Yeah. A typical day for me, CEO is overrated because I work in every capacity, pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything that everybody else does, I do as well. So a typical day for me is to come in, open the business, turn the lights on, pray. That's my routine, is to pray over the space. Oh goodness, I can't tell you what a typical day is. I'm sorry. Give me a second. What do we do? We come in, pray over the space. That's very important to kind of set the tone for the day.
Absolutely.
I would go through any emails, answer any emails. My mom would do inventory inspections, any basic routine cleaning that needs to be done, any phone calls that need to be made to clients that might have called with an interest for something. She would do follow-up for that. And we're just here. We set the tone with some music, some good music.
I felt the vibes when I came in.
Yeah.
So it was great vibes. Like I said, it feels comfortable. And like you say, you want to make people feel like family. So coming in to Warm Smile, this mother-daughter duo, that's quite iconic. You guys are both very fashionable. So it feels like a place where I could trust the people that I'm coming in to shop with.
And that's important to us. We want you to trust us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we know you are an entrepreneur. So let's talk a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey. How did it start for you?
So I started in the 1990s as a cosmetologist. I owned a beauty salon in Old Town Mall. Did that for about 20 years.
Okay.
Yes. Before deciding that I wanted to go back to school, went to school to be a nurse.
Okay.
So I'm a nurse fashionpreneur.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my daughters
very unique.
Yeah, my daughters and I, my mom, grandmom, everybody's always been heavy into fashion. People would always compliment how we looked, even when my kids were younger. Just always would get compliments about how everybody looked. So and then people would ask us to style them. So it was something that we were doing on a small basis within our circle. So we were like, you know what? We can do this.
Some here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's tap into this.
Let's tap
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how it started. Conversation in the living room, vision board, and before you knew it, we made that vision come to fruition.
Okay, and that started with the online business.
It started with the online business.
Okay,
and then the Columbia location, and then we moved here to Owings Mills.
And that happened pretty quick.
It did. Everything happened quick.
Do you feel like you were ready for that? I feel like you had a location before, so you knew what it was to manage a physical business. So I would say, how did your mindset change going from the hair business to the fashion business, particularly? Or did it not?
I can't really think of a significant change in mindset. I've always liked to work with people. Business is just something that's kind of like an innate thing with my family. Several people have other businesses, so no stranger to entrepreneurship.
I see.
So we just had a vision for it, and it was let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right,
and honestly, let's do it and figure it out along the way.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the finances. You talked about starting a business. Let's talk about the finances of that. Let's start with the online store. Somebody wants to open an online boutique. What does that look like financially? What are some, let's say I want to do that. How much money should I save in order to do that?
So I'm totally self-funded.
Love that.
And I started off small. I started off with maybe 5 different pieces.
Okay.
And initially, it just depends on where you want to start. I say start small. Start within your budget. If your budget is $200, start there. If you want to start with one item and you want to focus on that, start there. You know what your financial background is. So you can start with $200. You can start with $2,000. It just depends on what your financial capacity is, but it can be done, and you just have to learn how to flip that money. If you only had $200, and whatever you make from that, you flip it and keep reinvesting into your business.
That makes sense. So we'll talk a little bit about the brick and mortar side and the finances of that. If somebody wants to start a brick and mortar store, what does that look like financially? How much money do I really need to get started? Everything from the cashing system to inventory to the stuff on the wall. What do I really need?
You need money. Yeah, that's no easy feat. I'm not gonna lie to you, because there are so many things you got to consider. It's not just clothes, just not cute clothes. You have to pay. There's payroll. There's lease, depending upon whether you own, rent, lease. There's equipment. There are a number of things. I would say you would need to start, depending upon your budget, anywhere between $50 to $100K to start a business.
All right.
Yeah. A brick and mortar location.
A brick and mortar location.
And that's on a low scale or higher scale. That's a startup.
Right.
Basic startup.
And that's realistic. I think for people who have dreams, I mean, it's a lot of online businesses. I mean, of course, and people dream of starting a store. I think that helps put things in perspective. You're speaking from firsthand experience. This is, you know, and you've been in business for a long time. So I think you have valuable insight on what it's really like to, you know, you do this for a living.
I do.
Yeah, so, you know, you're a serious businesswoman, so I appreciate that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about inventory. And we talked a little bit about that when we were walking around the store. But let's talk about the process of picking and pricing merchandise.
Okay.
Let's talk about a little bit about your personal process.
Okay. So we have an inventory specialist, Janice, my oldest daughter, and Nigel, my youngest daughter. They both kind of work together to determine inventory processes, and we do collections. We typically do a collection like every 3 to 4 weeks. We do inventory selections, and we gauge that by our audience, our clients that come in, what they tell us they're looking for. So they may come in and say, oh, I really needed, you know, a set, or, you know, I'm going to this event. So we gauge it by the majority of clients that come in. We're looking at trends, current fashion trends. We're looking at whatever the current fashion colors are. Those all play a role in our inventory process. We have vendors that we work with on a regular basis. We like to touch and feel clothing to make sure it's good quality. So those are all kind of important things. And once we determine, and we also look at certain categories like tops, dresses, pants, what number of items we'll need in those categories based upon how our clients are purchasing. So all those things play a role in how we do purchase inventory.
How do you price your inventory?
It varies. Some things are manufacturer suggested pricing from the vendors, and then sometimes they're just markup based upon whatever markup we want to stay in.
I understand.
So it varies. Yeah. And then sometimes it will also depend on the quality of the clothing, because we'll get something and we may have thought when we were purchasing, oh, this should be, you know, $50, but when we get it, we're like, we're going to make this $40. Oh, no, this should be $60, you know. So it just depends. Until we get it in our hand, we'll have a suggested price, but once it's in our hands, we will make a final determination.
So how do you go about that? Like ordering samples to start? Maybe if you like a particular item, order samples, or you ordering a
It depends on the relationship, because it's all about building a relationship with your vendors. Some vendors will send you samples, and sometimes you just can't get a sample unless you're physically in the spot touching the clothes. You actually have to purchase it, and just like you know, you purchase your items online or things like that. It's a similar process. Yeah.
So how do you decide on what vendors are good for your business?
Based on the quality of their clothing. It's been a hit or miss. After 5 years, we've learned which vendors to stay with, the quality of the clothing, the size variations, because our target, we do offer size small to 3X, but our audience mainly is like size medium to a 1X. So we have to find a vendor that can accommodate those sizes.
You better let me know when you fucking record. Let me know when you fucking record. Okay? You gotta let me know. You wanna direct some shit. Let me know.
Right here that you gotta go through.
That's a paparazzi right there.
Okay.
Alright.
Can I get one with my mama?
That's what I was about to say. Mom, you wanna get up here? I wanna get one by yourself.
Okay, I think the whole thing.
Goody. What you talking now? I heard something.
Collaboration.
She said she's talking to me. Gotta try to get in. But not only that, just I don't know.
All right. by yourself.
Okay.
And where you order them from?
I order mine from a place in LA, but they're on Amazon. You can get them anywhere now.
They expensive? Yeah.
Like $150.
It's gonna have the wide shoulders. That's
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like $150 per mannequin.
oh, $150?
That's like kind of the base price. And if you get they play too much. They play with you. No more questions.
Oh, okay, yeah. Questions out the window.
I send you a link.
Hey.
So we talked about so we talked about vendors and how you decide on which vendors to work with. How do you decide on which items? I would say, what qualities are you looking for in or what qualities must a specific item possess for it to be a perfect fit for style for you?
It has to stand out.
Okay.
Yeah, first of all, I don't know how to explain it. It just has to give me a vibe. I have to look at it.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah, well,
because
that's cute.
I'm looking at all of these pieces in here, and all of them really are unique, and they are saying different things. I can see different women wearing them to different places. So I feel like it just has to speak to
It does.
to you.
It definitely has to speak to me. And even if it's something that's classic, and I don't even want to say basic, but for lack of a better term, I'm going to use basic, like the soft light sweatsuit.
Right.
Traditional color, cocoa color, but it's different.
Oh,
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
It definitely gives it a luxe feel. And then not only
And
is it
that's
basic,
important.
how does it make you feel? Because all white tees aren't equal.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm a
that's-
white queen tee.
Yeah, so
you know
that's
what I mean?
important.
So I feel
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah, it has to give me a vibe, because if I'm not vibing with it, you're not going to vibe with it. Yeah, I have to be able to sell it to you, to show you that. you know,
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
that's the
Alright.
first thing.
I understand. So let's talk a little bit. I mean, you are a serious businesswoman. You have run multiple businesses. So what do you feel like is the best business advice that you have personally received?
The best business advice, educate yourself about your craft or your whatever your niche area is.
Do you feel like, does that education need to come from a formal type of institute? Do you feel like business, because you went to school, but for nursing, right?
Yeah, for
so
nursing. I've never
school.
gone to a business school per se, but I am a part of several boutique communities.
So mentorship is very important.
Very important. Very
So
important.
you have
Because you don't
personal
know what you
mentors.
don't know until you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So you have a mentor. Do you feel like you have a mentor? You just have a support system?
I have a support system.
Okay.
Yes.
And how
I do have a mentor though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you say
But you have to invest. I think people are afraid of paying everybody. Now we have Google, we have AI, people feel like they can just Google everything. And to a certain degree, you
Right.
can. But it's nothing like real life experience,
That's true.
It's nothing like it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
invaluable. So I've learned some invaluable lessons from people who are in the business, who have sustained over the years in business.
Who had those
So that would be
firsthand experiences.
my best advice is educate yourself about your business,
And
the specialty that you're in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. And we talked a little bit about those people having firsthand experiences. So let's talk about a few of yours, if you're willing to share. I would say, what are some lessons in business that you had to learn the hard way? Because you talked about a little bit about that before.
I'm not sure what I talked about, but I'm going to say right
You
now.
mentioned it.
I'm
You
going
didn't
to
talk
say
about it.
right now, know your numbers, accounting. Those things are very important. We as, I think, African American, I hate to say African American people, but I am African American.
Talk about it.
I think we take it for granted. We don't do a good job at it. For me, it's been a lesson learned, a costly lesson learned. But know your numbers, invest into an accountant. Keep good bookkeeping.
I think a lot of people who start business, they might think they have a good idea, but also financial literacy is not always It is not common.
It's not.
It's not something they teach in schools. So
not.
people, you might have a good idea, but you might necessarily not have all the tools to execute that successfully for long term. So yeah, you might have a good idea, you might have the money to start up the business, and that sounds all good, but you might not have all the tools to do every single job in that business. And a lot of people try to do all the jobs, and I think that's where
And that's where you get burnt out. You get burnt out. Yeah. And another thing with the financial literacy, like I said, I have been self-funded, but had I known better, I would have used other people's money. They say credit. People say credit is king, but there is financing out there. You can get financing for the business. You don't have to use your own money. It's just what I opted to do at the time. That's all I knew to do in that moment. But you don't have to.
Okay, so I say when you have a slow season or when you take a big L, I mean, how do you bounce back from a low?
Child, you pray.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
You
it.
pray. That's
Do you pray? Give it to God.
That's my 100%. Yeah, standing on business. I pray. Yeah, yes, that's the main thing that I do. Because I definitely have taken some L's.
I'm sure. In business, that's to be expected. You know what I mean? So that's a question that I like to ask because, of course, when we see people on Instagram and it's easy to compare yourself.
Instagram will have you. No, Instagram. I hate to say it. I say Instagram is the devil sometimes.
Listen.
Yeah, I've had to take a break from Instagram because Instagram will have you looking at your life, your business, like, oh, what am I doing? I'm failing.
But people only post what they want you to see,
and
that is what I keep in mind. She's not going to post when she's crying, when her bank account on zero. It looks all good.
No, they want to show you the numbers from probably when they first started. They show you the recent numbers. Yeah,
so they make it look real good.
They do.
So
they do.
And
I don't want people to be fooled by that. That's why I say do your research. Make sure that there's a need for it. Every business should solve a problem.
Yeah.
So before you launch out into it, make sure there's a need for it. Educate yourself about it before going into it. Again, I've learned some costly lessons along the way, so I would hate for other people to do the same. But at the same time, it's also been rewarding as well. And I will go back to, I do 100% pray first, but then I reassess. I do kind of like the same thing I do in my nursing career. I do a gap analysis. Okay, what went well? Where did we go wrong? And just reassess what can we do better moving forward.
Got you. All right, so we talked a little bit about your mentorship and having a support team. I know you said you offer mentorship as well. So what does that look like? How can someone reach out to you for mentorship and really, get in your circle and get your counsel?
Yeah. So right now I work with a small group, under 5 ladies that I'm working with to help them grow their businesses. But as of January 1st, you can go on our website, and there'll be a link in our Instagram where you can just go in, become a part of the community, and get more information about mentorship.
And what's the website that people can go to?
Styled for You Boutique, and that's STYLED, number 4, YOU Boutique.
Starting on January 1st?
Yes, January 1st it will launch.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That sounds like a great opportunity.
Yeah. So they'll be able to have some live interaction. We'll do live Zooms where they can ask, questions, Q&A sessions. We'll do some trainings. It's a whole program. So
that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Okay, and I want to touch a little bit more. I know we talked a bit about inclusivity and sizing and stuff like that. So where does that that frame of mind come from? I know you want to include sizes. We talked about include from small to 3X. Like, why is that important to you?
It's important to us. It's actually our plus size line is our Curvy Day line, and it's a tribute to a family member who passed as a result of a motor vehicle accident. Prior to us even knowing that we would launch this business, she had told my daughter, I know you're going to do something great in fashion. Don't forget us curvy girls. So that was important to us. So, and her name was Sade. So we called her Day. So our line is Curvy Day Collection. So any of our plus size items go under that Curvy Day collection. So it's important to us.
Absolutely. So all the curvy and plus girls can thank Day for her
Yes.
contribution and making sure that they are included.
Yes, keep them fly. I think we all should look beautiful,
I
no matter what
definitely
your
think
size
no matter
is.
what size. Absolutely. So I'm glad that curvy and plus women can get these very unique items. Everything doesn't have to be plain. I see everything is colorful, bright, has personality, and it should be a reflection of who we are as women. We are complex. Some day we might be feeling moody. Some day we might be feeling bright. Some day we might be feeling, one shade. So I really feel like this boutique really provides all of the above.
Yeah, that's very important to us, yeah. We really want women to feel like when you walk in a room, you don't have to say a word.
Love it. The outfits speak for me.
My outfits speak for me.
I am a believer in that. Yeah.
I speak without speaking.
So we talked about mentorship and, how you can inspire others to start their own business. Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Ooh, that's good. My family.
I love that.
My family, yeah. My daughters inspire me. My grandchildren. I'm a grandma. Grandma of 8. They inspire me. My great-grandmother, Evelyn
I saw
Jones.
you talk about that on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Your great-grand. Let's talk a little bit about Miss Evelyn.
Miss Evelyn, oh my Lord, Miss Evelyn does everything. She did everything. She was an entrepreneur. I think she was the matriarch that started an interest in fashion for all of us, which trickled down to my grandmother, which trickled down to my mother, which trickled down to me, and then my children. So
that spirit really comes from Miss Evelyn.
Yeah, Miss Evelyn Jones, yeah. I have some old pictures of her with her furs and hats, yeah.
That's a fly lady.
And I always had
she looked like a fly
all
lady.
her family on Easter, the cute Easter outfits, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and she was an entrepreneur as well.
I love that. All right, so we talked a little bit about trends. So I feel like in a world of trends, which we know everything is it's hot, it falls off again. I mean, so many things my mom talked about, like from the 90s or back and stuff. She's like, girl, we been did that. So in the world of trends, I mean, how do you balance between keeping what's hot in and staple items as far as your inventory?
How do I balance that?
I mean, because you can't get every single piece, you know what I mean? That's hot again.
I'm not big on trends.
And that's a good answer.
I'm not really big on trends. I just have an eye for it. And a lot of my pieces, I have some video footage that I take of people that I see out to this day that have items that we bought like they purchased 5 years ago. And people are asking, like, where'd you get that from? Style for You Boutique, 5 years ago, honey. But we intentionally select items that will sustain the test of time.
I love that. Timeless
by
pieces.
look and quality. Yeah.
So how would you describe the style of the items that you were selling?
I would describe them as chic, classy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely think so. And I feel like unique is a no. So when I come in here, I'm like, none of these pieces look the same. You know what I mean? And they all feel like they fit. So they are unique to your brand and to your business. So speaking of branding, the first place that I saw your business was on Instagram, and I noticed you modeling a lot of your items. So how do you particularly, what does your marketing look like? Like how do you do your marketing for your business?
So we market on several platforms. We use the digital pylon right here in the shopping center, a billboard. We use 2 back-to-back running ads that we change out. We try to change it out monthly, quarterly. That's one platform that we use.
Okay.
The other, Google. Google has been great to us. Yeah, it's been a great marketing source. We keep that updated. And then social media. Social media, again, like I said, I have a love-hate thing with it. And I also have a love-hate with photography, like using myself as a model. That was a process. You see more of me now, but it used to be
you look
more,
very comfortable.
that was, I had to grow into that.
Gotcha.
My daughters, initially it would be everybody doing the photography and being on social media. But I realized that most of our clients wanted to see me. They love my family. They love to see us interact together, but they bought into the business because of me. So they wanted to see more of me. So I had to become more.
face.
Yeah. So,
Face, it's style for you.
yeah.
Yeah, they come in like, what's
So I had to become comfortable with the camera.
Gotcha.
Now I think I'm on OD now. Like, oh, content. We need content. You gotta get content. You gotta do this.
So how do you feel like you use your social media, specifically Instagram, to build your brand and to really connect with your customers?
How do I use it? I try to be true to myself. I try not to be like anybody else. I try to be true and incorporate my family, because family is a big part of our business. Absolutely. We are a family business, so I try to show that through our social media. I do look at some of the trending things that are going on in social media, but I try to make it personable to us. I find that my audience doesn't really respond to just product images or type of promotions. So I had to do the analytics with social media and see what worked best. So, yeah.
So I see how you guys work to create a unique experience, because I'm not sure of many places that you can go to and get a whole makeover.
I don't think there are any.
A woman has to make 5 appointments if they want to be ready. You got to get your lashes done, your makeup done, your hair
Come
done.
here, one-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop, yeah.
I love that.
And it's more like a community. It's more than just fashion here. We want people to feel a sense of community. A big thing for me is that we want women to feel confident about themselves. So a lot of my clients, they call me, we have conversations about life. So it's just more, like I said, more than just fashion here. This is like a safe haven, making women feel confident about themselves.
And I can really see that, how it's seamless. At least it seems like it's very seamless and very intentional. All the things you put in this space to, make women comfortable and make them become the best version of themselves. So whatever the event may be, whether it's a dinner, whether it's my birthday, get me together, I can see them coming in here and be treated like another member of your family.
Exactly, because I consider them to be family. I want them to feel that. So that's a part of our customer experience, is to make everybody feel like they're family.
This is the art of